Hi guys, we're back again for another video. This is the part 3 of the spicy manga recommendations. Similar to the second part, I will not be pronouncing the title since I don't want to butcher them, and most of them do not have an official English title, and you can only find them by searching the romanized Japanese title. And without further ado, let's get on with the first one. The first story is called This story has two parts, but the main premise is that the couples are like a part of this intelligence agency where they work on people's requests. For the first couple, Makiyuchi, the female lead, has a situation where she has an overproduction of pheromones, and its effects include her suddenly going into the state of neediness, similar to the feeling of going into heat, and if not relieved, it will drive her insane. They are called Venus, and their pheromones smell sweet to another people. It's difficult for them to live day by day, especially when they go into heat unexpectedly. But this agency specializes in handling Venus people. She gets partnered with a senior who is charming but quite mysterious man named Iroha. Throughout their missions, Makiuchi will frequently goes in heat, and as her partner, Iroha got no choice but to deal with her. With Iroha taking care of her, Makiuchi will find herself intrigued and smitten by Iroha. The second part deals with Takase, the female lead. Opposite to the first part, Takase had control of her pheromones and she can make herself go into heat at her command. She gets partnered with a man named Nakamura. As they get to know each other, she will find him unusual, but due to the nature of their work and unrequited feelings, she will get into a complicated setup with Nakamura. For Nakamura, it's a no feelings hookup, but it's a different story for Takase. The first part is absolutely amazing. It's kind of enjoyable to read every time Makiuchi goes into heat. Like in one scene, Iroha, the male lead, will try to calm her down with his words, and then it will not be enough, and then he will start to take care of her in a you know what way. I can see that they genuinely like each other even in those moments when they were not official. And overall, I really like how it's written, and the snoo is good. The second part, however, I have a little problem with Nakamura's behavior, the male lead. He's kind of sus and forceful with the female lead. I thought I would like it more since the premise is perfect with Takase leading their scenes since she can go in heat in command. Like that was the perfect skill to have, but in addition to us not getting that, we also got this male lead, but what I will say is that it is still worth the read since they have a complex relationship. Even with Nakamura's behavior, Takase can't seem to leave him. The second one is called This features a married couple named Kurumi and Kichiro who still do not have their first time. After a long time in their marriage, they suddenly feel the need to do it. As they are both soft-spoken and almost shy, they are faced with different dilemmas while trying to do the deed. They are quite adventurous and always find a way for the both of them to be comfortable. As they try and solve this problem, they reassure their love for each other. These two are very cute. I don't know if it's maybe slow for other people, but I like every moment of them trying to figure out how they are supposed to do it. It's not even that, even the process of saying that they want to do it to the other is difficult for them. There's a scene where the male lead is the one who tells the female lead that he wants to do it. Kurumi, the female lead, responded that she also wants to do it for a long time and she's just waiting for him. It's just nice to see them both on the same stage. Throughout the story, it's clear that they really adore each other. Kichiro always respects and check out Kurumi whether he's being too much or not, whether she likes what he's doing or not. Things like that is so good to read, and overall it's just a wholesome, soft, and lighthearted story with this longtime married couple trying to have it. The third story is called Natsuki is so done getting all the bad men in her life. It's a failed blind date after another and she's desperate to get out of this rut. Her friend helped her set up another blind date. Going home, Natsuki is fully drunk. She came across an elderly and mysteriously told her that the fox spirit has taken a liking to her. She continued walking and got into the shrine where the people pray to the fox spirit. She figured out to try this and wished that if the fox spirit will like her, he will grant the wish of her wanting to finally have a boyfriend. Later, a huge fox man in kimono appeared in front of her and asked her if she wanted to be his girlfriend. Natsuki, who is into this type of man and her being hopelessly drunk, agreed to the offer. The next moment, they were summoned to her own room. Natsuki thought that this was just a dream, especially with the following events where this man is now kissing her and caressing her. Natsuki quite enjoyed the night and fall asleep. When she goes to work the next day, she wondered if all of that is a dream. She can't get this man off her head and wonder if she will ever see him again. She became surprised when that man appears in her office and they immediately talk about the situation. The man explained that he was the fox spirit and he personally came to be the boyfriend that Natsuki wished for. He offered her the role of being her boyfriend in exchange of him feeding off her sexual energy. This one is also good. Natsuki is clear and deciding what she likes, and the male lead, his name is Kafu. He's like a sort of deity, supernatural, who's also into Natsuki in a lot of ways. In addition, he also look hot, like can we just appreciate this piece of a man here? He's also one of the respectful types and not one of those trashy male leads. Anyways, Natsuki and Kafu are just both clear and straightforward. The scenes are amazing. It's one of the best written, like the flow and the build up is good. Literally top tier and overall just a great story with great snoo. The fourth manga is called. The name of the female lead is Anne Matsuhaga. As a result of her having no support system, she loses her confidence and has no inspiration of seeking achievements in her life. When it comes to her relationship with men, she entertains everybody, having the mindset that men comes to her only wanting to bed her. One day, while walking down the street, she got approached by a man. It seems like he is her ex-fling and he wanted more from her. She told him clearly that she wanted no more and he was being forceful with her. Suddenly, another man with a scary appearance came and get her out of this situation. This man name is Iori and scared the other man. Later, he asked Anne to model for her since he is a painter. Although this man saved her, Anne is genuinely scared of this man because of his appearance and hence had no choice but to go. When she goes, it's almost an instinct for her to invoke the desire of a man and suddenly go undressing. Iori, who is shocked, rejected her advances since all he wanted was for her to really model since he was a fan of hers. Anne, who is more shocked, became really intrigued because this is the first time that a man rejected her. Later, she agreed to be her model. Anne tried to see if Iori is a genuine man and tries to lead him on. I know, the story sounds so good, even I can feel the great chemistry between the characters, and I'm literally holding my breath when reading them because it's that good. Unfortunately, I don't have much to go on since this manga literally only has 4 chapters, and as we all know, this is a problem for most snoo manga because they literally take months and years to update, but this one is too good for me to wait and recommend to you guys. By sharing this with you, we can both suffer together and wait for the next chapters. The last one is called Yui is a girl who has a long-time crush on her childhood friend named Sue. She works at a law firm which is managed by Sue's family. After being in touch with him for a long time, he will finally come back to the country and of course, Yui is excited to see him again. After being molested by Sue's brother who's also her friend, after a dinner party, with Yui being hella drunk, Sue came in and kicked his brother out. The next morning, Yui thought that this was a dream and in addition, she was also assigned to be Sue's secretary. Meeting Sue again was surprising for Yui, especially with Sue behaving differently. Sue can't help but get close to Yui, wanting to claim her. Sue is no longer the sweet boy Yui remembers and throughout the story, They will have a roller coaster kind of relationship where they both love each other but are met with social difficulties, with communication being the number one. I have mixed feelings about this manga because the male characters are both so unlikable to me. What I will say is if you can get past chapter 1, then all is good for you. And although this is a sad thing to say, the male lead Su is a big red flag but has his redeeming qualities. I find this building up like he genuinely loves Yui but he's too possessive with her, leading to him doing unlikable things. I can't even blame Yui because the girl is so smitten with this guy. Just want to give you a caution that if you find it uncomfortable because Sue is one of the forceful, manipulating types, feel free to drop it. Aside from that, some of these snoo scenes are really good. That is all for the video. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you have the means to support me financially, you can support me on my coffee page, which I really appreciate. Have a nice day and I will see you next time.